I'm going to give you something free, simple and easy you can do on your mobile phone in a second, which is really useful if you're a business owner. It'll really show you if you're on track towards getting toward results or being held back. And everyone can do this who's got a mobile phone, so I'll give you that in a second. First, I want to begin with a quote, which will allow you to kind of just hold this in your brain as we go through this training. And that is that people rarely have pure business problems. They have personal problems that show up in their business. Just hold on to those words and kind of layer what I'm about to teach you on top. Also, before I forget, richardmathew.com, it's in the link underneath this, it's in the text area underneath this video. I always forget to give you a link where to go next. If you like my training, if you're a business owner, you will benefit from going to that link. A whole bunch of free stuff for you there. Anyway, back to the training. So what I want you to do is take a look at your mobile phone once you finish watching this training and go down to settings and digital balance. It may be different on Android. I only ever have had a Android phone, but it's on there. Some of you went boo, but it's on there. Digital balance under settings. And what that will show this is my mobile phone, when you open it up, it will show you how long every day you're spending on average on your phone, the apps that you're spending that time on, and how often you're unlocking your phone, okay? Very revealing statistics. Because I'm not a betting man, but if I was to bet, I would say that when you take a look at that, you're spending longer on your phone than you would really hope for. You're unlocking your phone more frequently than you would really like to. And the majority of that time is on social media. Okay, that's what I'm going to bet, because everyone I've ever said this to or taught this to has said the same thing, and me included when I first did this years ago. Now, that is very, very troubling if you're an entrepreneur or you're a business owner. Think about what social media is. What is it at its foundation? What's the number one priority of a social media channel? It isn't to inform you. It isn't to give you facts. It isn't to uplift you, rub your back, pat your belly. It isn't any of those things. It's to make as much money as possible from advertising. So the only thing that social media channels are interested in is how can we get you back to our platform as often as possible, and how can we keep you there for longer so we can show you more adverts and make more money. That's it. So if I was to describe that to you and say, hey, I want you to take a look at this every 90 minutes, however often you look on your phone, or I want you to spend 3 or 4 hours a day on there, or however long you're spending on there, this is my purpose, to show you some ads and who cares what the information is, you'll be like, no, Richard, I'm fine for that, thank you. That doesn't sound like a good use of my time. Yet here we are in this sort of real situation as a species where we feel there's a minimum amount of time that we should give to these channels. You can give 0 if you want to. You do realize that. There's no, it's not like taking a shower or eating food or breathing air. You don't need to be on there if you don't want to. And in fact, I would advise you to do what I teach all my clients to do, myself included, remove all social media from your phone. You don't need it. And if you do, that's a problem. See, if I say that to you and you go, I can't possibly do that, well, why? If it was anything else, and I said you can't drink alcohol for a while, or you can't smoke a cigarette for a while, or you can't watch TV for a little while, or anything other than the people you care about and things that make you truly happy. If I said to you anything, remove it from your life for a little while, and you were like, oh man, I can't do that. It's a problem, right? I've got to have a drink every day, Richard. Well, that's a problem. So let's stop pretending that social media isn't, if it's invading your time and your concentration. Because here's something else as a business owner, how it affects you. So you don't just think about what it is that you're seeing on there, which is a bunch of unqualified opinions, right? It's pretty much every human being's opinion hoping for approval from other human beings, right? There's no real ability to disagree anymore. You're either pro this or you're against it. You're a loser if you're for it, or you're a loser if you're against it. There's so much division, so much pain, so much anger, so much kind of bullying, throwing stones. There's very little real genuine information. You've got to search hard to find it. And there's better platforms other than social media. Just jump on someone's email list or follow their YouTube channel, right? Easier to do than kind of scrolling through social all the time and seeing all this negative stuff. So that is shaping your view over and over again. But also think about what it takes from you. Imagine if when you're building your business, or when you're doing something that's making you happy, having a conversation with a loved one, whatever it may be in your life, imagine if social media and your phone usage was a person. So imagine if you just sat down, you're ready to work, you've got a project that you're on with, it's going to make a difference in your business, you sat down, you're focused, and then bing, 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 social media, you go over and you look at that notification. Imagine if a person kept tapping you, hey, look at me. I want to tell you about a bunch of stuff that's not really related to you, but I want to make it feel like it is and just blab about it for an hour. You'd be like, I'm busy. Yet we allow social media to invade our minds and our days over and over again like that. And as a business owner, if you're constantly every 90 minutes or every couple of hours snapping out of the zone that you're in, doing deep work and being dragged right back to the surface level thinking and getting angry about something or getting lost in something that isn't really productive, can you imagine how that lack of discipline, lack of focus, negativity, lack of time management, how all of that packaged together, is that really any way to create a successful business? It isn't. So I just really wanted to kind of raise your level of thinking around your habits. I wanted to give you not just my opinion, I want you to take a look at those settings on your phone so you can see what's happening in your personal usage. You may be one of the few that says, well, hardly anything. Great, fantastic. But if like 90% of the population, you're going to go, whoa, how much per day? How many times am I unlocking it? I'm looking at social media, how much? Really start to take it seriously if you seriously want to get results as to what you could do about that by removing those apps from your phone. Replace it with a conversation with a loved one, reading a book, learning a skill that's useful for you, or just staying more focused in the moment in whatever it is that you're working on. Give it 7 or 10 days. Watch what happens to your life. It's hard at first. I remember when I first did it, I felt the reflex to kind of go for the phone. When I removed the phone from me, started to have a book instead. I always had a book with me that I could pick up. Massive positive difference to my concentration, my patience, my knowledge. It's like an extra book a month that I'm reading now, 12 books a year. It's a lot. It's a lot of knowledge that you're missing out on and that lack of concentration. So hopefully that was helpful. Was that useful? Maybe it brought attention to something that you've kind of known at the back of your mind you should do something about. Hopefully this is kind of the spur that gets you over that hurdle. If you are either a coach or a network marketer, that's specifically the kind of business owner that I help, you can go to richardmatheru.com and right there's a little button. Are you a coach? Are you a network marketer? Best resources are behind there. They're both free to help you grow a business. I've done really well in both those business models, being an online coach, creating online programs, and in network marketing, all using the same type of skills, just slightly different for each industry. I can teach you all about that at richardmatheru.com. It's underneath this video. I said I'd forget to do that, but I remembered. So thankfully you've got that information twice. Let me know how you feel about this. Is this something that you agree with? Is it something you're like, I don't think it's a problem? Looking at those numbers, maybe you want to give yourself accountability, share those numbers in the comments. Let me have some feedback. I'd love to know if this was useful for you. And remember, like I said at the beginning, people rarely have business problems. They have personal problems that show up in their business. How is your personal relationship with your mobile phone and social media? How is that showing up in your business? Now we can make it a positive one. As I always like to say, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses. I'll catch you on the next one if you're a subscriber. Bye for now. Have a fantastic day.